Welcome along to the MCG for what is the final match before the final series of Leo's NAB Challenge. It's the Bombers up against the Eagles. So here we are at the MCG. It's the Bombers up against the Eagles. Now the Bombers, they have a lot to play for in this game. A win for them puts them through to the final series, and a win for the Eagles, well, they need to win by a bit, but they can still make the final series. Now here's Prince running inside the forward 50 and gets the first goal of the game. What a start for the Eagles. So here go the Bombers. They need to level up the scoring. They cannot let the Eagles win this game, or otherwise they're out of the final series, and that's a kick inside the forward 50. Yeah, it is. So here's a chance for Carlisle. The Bombers, they haven't been great this season. 1 win, 1 loss, and there's a goal for Jake Carlisle. So he gets them on the action, scores a level. Grabbed by Shuey. He was tackled immediately. Then it was picked up by Schofield, who managed to evade one and then shrug off another. And here go the Eagles out of the defence. So that was good. Yeah, very good by the Eagles. Very, very good. And that's been something they've been lacking, the West Coast Eagles. Their points for to their points against ratio hasn't been great. The percentage is 76.8. Now, that's a kick to the top of the square, straight to the defender, and that's what we were talking about. Shit attacking, shit defending. They're just an all-round shit team. So now a chance for the Bombers to put them in the lead for the first time today. They haven't led so far in the game. Kick inside the forward 50, and there he is. There he is once again, Carlisle. So can he put the Bombers in front? It's almost guaranteed. Yep, goal. Tapped it down was Naknui to the advantage of Shuey, who gave it back to Naknui. He got tackled immediately. Now Prentice picks it up. Now he can run. He can do exactly what he did at the start of the game. Runs inside the forward 50, lines him up, kicks it, and gets another goal. So there we go. Scores back to level just like that. Tapped it down, grabbed by Shuey again. He tried to give it off to Naknui, but to no avail. Picked up by Heppel, hand passed it across the stands, and who couldn't quite get it. Now it's picked up by number 1, kick inside the forward 50. And there's Carlisle once again. Yep, he's been in all the places so far. This is for his third, gets it, no problems. Bombers back in front. Picked up by Naknui with one hand, and he runs. Tried to hand pass it off to... no, sorry, it wasn't Prentice. It was actually Scotty Selwood who runs inside the 50 and scores a level again. What a game. Picked up by Shuey. He kicks it inside the 50, and there's a mark. So a chance now for Darling to get a goal and put the Eagles back in front. It's a bit of a topsy-turvy game so far. Missed it, I meant to say. Second quarter, and it isn't looking good for either team. Well, yeah, a close game where the Eagles win is not what either of the teams wanted. Here goes Prentice again, so he's doing the exact same thing again. This time he kicks it inside the 50, and it goes to Darling. Yep. Well, the Bombers, they'll happily win by a close margin, but the Eagles, they need to win by big, and they're looking to do it here in the second quarter. And what a mark that was by LaCroix. He can look for a target inside the forward 50 now. So a couple of goals for the Eagles. That would be nice for them. What a mark in the defence. Now a chance for the Bombers. They need a goal. They need to stay in touch in this game if they want to make the final series. And here's Carlisle. So he has to get this to put it back to 1 point the difference. Lines them up and gets the goal. No problems about it. So we've done the calculations. The West Coast Eagles only actually need to win by about 3 goals to leapfrog Port Adelaide. So it's actually easier than what we made it out to be. Yeah, we thought they needed to win by at least 8 goals, but because there's not much scoring in this competition, the percentage can fluctuate quite drastically. Yeah, it can, and we're doing the calculations now. The Eagles are currently sitting on 80.8%, so they're currently in 9th position. They're 5%, or just under 5%, behind Port Adelaide, so they need to kick a couple more goals, the Eagles, and then they can leapfrog Port Adelaide into 8th position. And if they win the game, they'll be into the final series. This is how close it's getting down to the last match of Leo's NAB Challenge. And we still don't know what the top 8 is. Well, yeah, the top 7 are cemented. That's Adelaide, North Melbourne, GWS, Brisbane, Melbourne, Richmond, Sydney. And a kick inside the forward, 50. And a goal here. Well, let's see what it would do to the complexity of things. You'd assume Kennedy would kick it. It would put them to 83.9%. And he gets it. So the Eagles, they're just 1.3% away from Port. Prentice picks it up, kicking it inside the forward 50. And here's Kennedy. So if he gets this goal, the Eagles will be in 8th position. Yes, they will. And the Eagles are into the top 8. Port Adelaide have dropped down to 9th. So all the Port Adelaide fans, they're going to be keeping an eye on this game. They're going to be barracking for the Bombers. Well, actually, they're not actually going to be barracking for the Bombers, because if the Bombers win, Port Adelaide will be out of the 8. Yeah, they will be. And a kick there from Jack Darling results in a behind. Eagles are now increasing their percentage. Launches it inside the 50, and there we go. So that's a very good kick. That's what the Bombers need to be continuing to do. So Carlisle lines him up, and he gets the goal. But the Eagles, They are out of the top 8 now. And Port Adelaide fans are celebrating. Oh, here goes Prittis. I wasn't paying attention and kicks it straight to Darling. With 5 seconds to go. Oh, he plays on and gets a goal. So just like that, the Eagles are back in the top 8. Second half, Eagles lead it by 14. They're currently in 8th. So if Essendon get a goal, Eagles will be out of the 8th. And then if the Eagles get one back, they'll be back in the 8th. This is how close this game is. Port Adelaide fans, well, they'll be barracking for the Bombers to come back, but not so much that they win the game. Best case scenario for Port would be a draw here, but I don't think we've ever seen a draw in Leo's NAB Challenge before. So best case scenario for Port, Eagles win by 10 or less points. Yeah. And here's Danaher, lines him up, misses. And it's going to be coming back in. Here's Darling, tries to evade one and ball. Well, he had an eternity to get rid of that. And for some reason he didn't. And now it's going to be the Bombers who go down. So it's down to Bell Chambers. With just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Looks for a target inside the forward 50. Goes to Carlisle, and that was uncontested. Yep. And this is to knock the Eagles out of the 8. Lines them up, gets the goal. So there we go, much needed goal. And Eagles are out of the 8. Prittis grabs it, hand passes it over to Naknui, who's going to run. So can he kick a goal? He's on the run, lines him up, and gets a goal. And just like that, the Eagles are now back in the 8. Marked by Lysette. Can he launch one from here? Well, he might as well. No, kicks it inside the 50, and it's gone straight to the defender. And played on immediately as well. So here go the Bombers. They want to play quick, and you don't blame them. Yeah, they need a couple of goals. They need a couple of goals now. And a kick inside the forward 50, but it was punched away by Chapman, and it was picked up by that guy. Oh, shrugged him off beautifully. It's Winderlich. Who else could it be? Lines him up and got the goal. Back to 8 points. Picked up by that bloke, tackled immediately, and it's going to be the Bombers going once again. So now it's 6 points the difference. Well, this game's getting close. Yeah, it is. Eagles are out of the 8 now. So Cooney's got it, pardon me, kick inside, and he was just all on his own, was Stanton. And this is to put it to scores level. And he's got it. So there we go. So now the Eagles have lost. They're down to 6 points on the table. And now Essendon are 9th, Eagles are 10th. Final quarter, and it all comes down to this. The Eagles need to win by about 13 points to go into the 8. All the Bombers need is to hold on to their lead, and they're in the finals. What a last quarter this is going to be. It's going to be a close one, but it's going to be a good one. And here go the Eagles. They're in the defence, but they need to get it out there. They're struggling to, but in the end, they managed to do it beautifully, and it's a kick down the line, but it went straight to the wrong player. Yeah, terrible kick. Terrible kick out of the defence. He didn't look at the options. He just hacked it out of there. Now it's a kick inside the forward 50. Wow, it was like a 6-on-1 there in favour of the Eagles, and it's a ball up. Hand pass it over to number 1, and now he can run. So he's running through the middle of the ground. Takes a bounce. Yes, he does. Runs inside the 50. Gee, what a goal. This would be goal of the season almost. Lines him up. But he missed it and scores it back to level. Essendon are out of the 8. Kicking it long to Carlisle, and that was a 4-on-1. Well, that was terrible. He needs to kick the super goal here to put him out to 9 points. Now, kicks it short, Bell Chambers. Well, it's probably sensible. All they need is the win, the Bombers. Bell Chambers lines them up, and he gets the goal. So the Bombers are back in 8th position. Hand passed over to Prittis. He's going to pick it up, and he can run again. So here we go. Can he get the goal here to put scores back to level? Lines them up, gets the goal. What a last quarter this is turning out to be. Picked up by 18, I think it was, and now the Bombers are working it out. So here they go. Here they go. Kick, mark. And now he's got no one. He's got one person inside the forward 50. 2 now, 3 now, 4 now. Goes long. Who's on him? Oh, my God. You can't believe it. When the Eagles need a big win, well, not really a big win, but they need a win, they keep fucking it up in the defence. And the Bombers, they're back in front. So ball up inside the Eagles forward 50. They need a few goals to be able to get back into the top 8. Can they do it? Essendon players shrugged him off amazingly. And now here they go. Kicked right in the centre of the ground. That was marked. Right in the centre. If the Essendon Bombers get another goal, you feel like it could be all over for the Eagles with a 2-minute warning on the Tissot clock. Yeah, well, even if the Eagles win this game, they still might not make the finals. And at that, Essendon won't make the finals either. Kick inside the forward 50. And here's a chance for Danaher. So he lines them up from 47. Kicks on the way. Kicks on the way. Hit the post. Well, everyone is biting their nails. This is a nail biter all the way to the end. Bell Chambers picks it up, 45 metres out, kicks on the way. Missed it. Well, that could have sealed the deal for the Bombers. But instead, the Eagles' percentage is continuing to be lowered. And that's a terrible kick out. Picked up by Winderlicht. Missed again. Now with a minute to go. Well, you reckon it could be all over for the Eagles. And you think the Bombers will win this game? Yeah, you reckon they will. Port Adelaide fans, they are trying to get this Eagles team over the line. Port Adelaide would love for the Eagles to kick 2 goals. The Eagles, they need 4 or so. They're not going to do it. You feel like the Eagles are out of the finals at this point. Tuck it immediately, ball up. Well, if the Eagles get another goal here, it's going to be all on. It's going to be all on now. The Eagles' main goal here is to not let Essendon get in the final series, but that's going to be difficult now because the Bombers are working their way forward. Yeah, they are. There's only 30 seconds left to go. Cooney's got the ball in his hands, kick inside the forward, 50. And you reckon it's all game over now? Yeah, it is. Carlisle's going to line him up, and he gets the goal. The Bombers, you reckon they're into the final series? Yeah, they are. And let's do another calculation of the percentage. 78.1 the Eagles are on. So they're currently sitting in 13th position. Yeah, they are. And here go the Bombers again. It's all over now. 10 seconds to go. The Bombers could win this by 20 points. Chapman torps it, and he gets the goal. And it's all over. Yep, all over now. All over Red Rover. Eagles are continuing to fall on the ladder. They're back where they started in 14th position. 1 second to go. It's game over. And there it is, game over before the ball up even happened. So the Bombers win this game. The umpire is having a seizure, and the Bombers are into the final series. Port Adelaide out.
The premiership flag. Our boys who play this grand old game are always striving for glory and fame. See the Bombers fly up, up. The other teams, they don't fear.